Next on the list, we have from the Rexdale Youth TTC Challenge, Arabi. Is that close? Yes. Anyway, yes, from the Rexdale Youth TTC Challenge. There you go.
Thank you, and that's Arabi Rajeswaran, and this is Mckenzie Kidmond. And like you said earlier, we're from the Rexdale Youth TTC Challenge, and pretty much that's the name that came together. But what really happened was in December, there was, and for those of you, just by show of hands, who knows where Rexdale is? North Etobicoke? Okay, great. Yeah, so we had a community meeting at a local library addressing lots of different issues. And one of the issues that came up was different city cuts. And something that was a concern to everyone at the table, a lot of young people, of course elders in the community, people who work in the community, was transit. And we were also talking about the power of social media. And of course, with a lot of young people in the room, we can relate to that. So we made a really quick 21-second video challenging city councilors to ride the TTC for a week before they make the service cuts. And the point of that is to just be able to personally relate to the experience before you make a decision that affects so many Torontonians. So we put that out there and it got a lot of media coverage. People were getting interested in it. Some city councilors responded, some didn't, and then as time went on, we also extended the challenge to members of provincial parliament. And it was just a very organic way of people in Rexdale coming together for an issue and kind of voicing the concerns for action to be made. And through the whole experience, I learned a lot, definitely, not just about like politics, but also about just the power of people coming together. So I think one of the biggest challenges, specifically for the people in Rexdale or North Etobicoke, is we came together and we had this idea, and I think it was a great idea, and it had a lot of great turnout. But specifically in our ward, our own city councilor doesn't support us. So Vincent Krishanti doesn't want to support us and voice the concerns of not just the young people there, but of all the residents of Ward 1. How are we ever going to really create change? Like Jonah said before, people can agree, we can shake hands about it, but if we don't have the power behind us to represent us at council, when decisions are being made, nothing's going to happen. It could look great on paper, it can look great on TV, but if we don't get elected officials to support us and create that change, it's just empty words. So I think the biggest challenge is definitely getting that power behind us and getting these elected officials to do their job, as ridiculous as that sounds. But I think what it did for a lot of young people and residents of Rexdale, it gave them more awareness that their voice has power and that they can do something about things. And it's really opened the eyes to a lot of young people and of course adults that just because Rexdale or Ward 1, we don't have a reputation of always, I guess, being as involved, I guess, with council and stuff. It's putting a new spin on things. And of course, one of the concerns we have is the rapid transit on the finish line. And I think Mckenzie will speak more to that.
Sure. So, as Arabi said, there was the TTC challenge. It got a lot of play, I guess, in media, and we partnered with Jonah and the provincial NDP, which was awesome, and it was really cool to. Sorry, can people hear me? Yeah. It was really cool to partner with what was kind of random, very organic coming together of a bunch of neighborhood youth and a couple of community workers with an established provincial party. So that was kind of cool. I think a big challenge was where to take it next and how to keep the momentum that we built in that through that campaign. Like how to use that to build momentum for something that's a bit more sustainable. And so one of the thoughts that we've had was trying to build on what we did to talk about the LRT, because when we issued that challenge, there wasn't really any specific demand except don't make cuts in the city budget. So the idea was ride the TTC, see it for yourselves, walk in our shoes, and hopefully through that you won't make these cuts because you'll see how important transit is to so many people. So now I think where we're at is trying to move into something a bit more specific. One of the ideas that we've had is talking about the LRT along Finch, where the 36 Finch bus now goes. One of the things that we've talked about in a couple of other allies in Rexdale and outside the community is that people didn't really know about the LRT, so to take it away was fine because people didn't know it was there, like that it was a plan anyways. And if you ride, Desmond, who is here and has done some work up along the 36 Finch, just talking to people, a lot of people who ride that bus didn't know that the LRT was a plan, or they didn't even know what an LRT was. So one of the things that we've been talking about is how to kind of give it props so that people are talking about it, people are excited about it, and it won't be as vulnerable, I guess, to political whims. So I'll leave it at that for now. But